Hello little heartbirds, it's Narissa here from twoheartbirds.com, the internet's most delicious and passionate and exciting daily video wedding blog ever. Today I am going to share with you 10 unique ideas that I have seen at a wedding. So, number one unique idea. I was at a wedding once where the celebrant actually introduced the bride and groom and talked about how they met before the official ceremony started. It was a great time to reminisce. It was fun. You really felt involved in the ceremony from the very beginning. She also talked and introduced the bridal party and told little stories about each member of the bridal party and how they met the bride and groom and how they all interacted as well. And it was just a lot of fun and a lot of big icebreaker and a lot of stress reliever before the actual official ceremony started. Number two, I went to a wedding where I asked the bride after the ceremony if I could look at her shoes, because she had this beautiful, amazing dress that, you know, went right down to the ground and you couldn't see them. And she lifted up her dress and I saw she was wearing ballet flats, and I was shocked because I've never seen anything like that before, and I thought that was extremely unique. They were the most beautiful pink sequined ballet shoes that you've ever seen, but they were practical and they were comfortable, and I was very jealous, and she just looked beautiful, and I thought it was such a great and unique idea for a bride to wear flat shoes. Number three is I went to a wedding where the bonbonniere that we were given was actually a living tree, so it was a tree seedling. It was such a beautiful and heartfelt leaving gift from the bride and groom, and the idea behind it is that you go home to your garden or to your mum and dad's garden and plant the tree and watch it grow and think about the couple, or romantically think about, you know, love growing and blossoming through the times. And I just thought it was a romantic and beautiful idea, and I really liked it. Number four is that I went to a wedding where you return the RSVP and you got to include your favourite song on the RSVP. I loved this idea. It was a great way to really feel like you were interacting with the bride and groom and you know, giving a part of you into their reception, and it was a great idea to get everyone up on the dance floor. I chose Living on a Prayer, Bon Jovi, which is my most favourite song of all time. It was played and I did dance and I had a great time, and it's a really unique little idea that helps the guests really feel like they're getting really right involved with the wedding. Number five is that I've been to a wedding where there is interactive games, and in particular I went to a wedding where there was a jumping castle. It was great fun. It was fun for the kids, it was fun for the big kids. The photographer absolutely loved the opportunity to photograph the bride and groom on there. It was a really great idea. Interactive games are fantastic for guests. You know, you could have bocce, or you could have chess, or maybe croquet or badminton, all different types of little games that your guests can play and entertain themselves during the reception or pre-reception party. Number six is to also have interactive food stations. Now, I've been to weddings where there's been interactive cocktail making stations, coffee making stations, and also a pasta making station with a chef makes and creates a pasta right in front of you. But you know, other things is like oyster shucking or sushi rolling or anything like that they can make right in front of you. It just gets the guests a little bit involved and a bit more interactive with the food that's being served. Number seven, I went to a wedding. This is a great idea. I went to a wedding where the guests had the opportunity to stand up and tell a story about the bride and groom, and the best story won tickets to a Pearl Jam concert. I thought it was a great idea. I highly encourage you doing it before everyone's had too many wines, but it's a really good opportunity for guests to get up and talk about how they know the couple and some funny stories, and giving gifts away to guests like that is a really great idea. It doesn't have to be Pearl Jam tickets, but it could be, you know, a box of chocolates, a bottle of champagne, something like that. It's a really unique and fun idea. Number eight, and this is a great one that I saw a groom do, was that the day of the wedding he went to the reception area and he decorated the reception area with beautiful Chinese lanterns as a surprise to his wife. She didn't know about it, and it was just beautiful to find out that it was a surprise, and it definitely won him brownie points with the mother-in-law and every single girl that was at that wedding reception. It was just such a beautiful and romantic idea that he did. Number 9 is walking down the aisle. Now, I suppose traditionally the father walks the bride down the aisle, but in these modern times that's not always the case, or the bride might not have the opportunity to do that. So it's looking outside the box and maybe having both your parents walk you down the aisle, or maybe your grandmother or your grandfather or your brother or your sister. Thinking of, I guess, alternative ways to make your way down the aisle. My most favourite is for the bride to walk herself to the top of the aisle, and for her husband in waiting to come and collect her, and they both walk down the aisle together. It's a unique and romantic and delicious way to enter the ceremony. Number 10, and this seems to have been lost in translation somewhere, but for the bride to actually walk in first in front of her bridesmaids. I was in a wedding in England, and my girlfriend said that, you know, as a bride she was going to walk in first, and it was such a foreign concept to me, and she said, of course I'm going to walk in first, you know, I am the bride. And I thought about it, and there, you know, it's, you know, all the princesses walk in first, you know, Princess Mary, Princess Diana, Princess Catherine, you know, the doors open, in comes the bride, and, you know, it's such a unique idea that not many people, well, of all the weddings I've ever been to, I've only seen it once, and I really liked it. It's great. So there are my 10 unique ideas for your wedding. So question of the day today is, little heartbirds, is this: what is your number 1 unique idea that you can give to brides to be? I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.